19 years to the day that this video is being released, on October 24th, 2000, a band named Linkin Park released their debut album, and it went on to sell over 30 million copies. That album is called Hybrid Theory. I think it holds up. It never got an outdated sound, with one exception. It was not mastered to hi-fi standards, high fidelity standards. What you gotta understand is back then, everything was still being mastered and purchased on CDs, and the MP3 format was that of pirates, not people who were, there were a little bit of services that were selling MP3s, but it wasn't mainstream at that point. So back then, everybody was racing to be the loudest CD. And the problem with that is, yeah, it's louder when you compare it at the same volume level, but it does that at the detriment of transients. And transients are what give music punch. And also, when you go super loud on a brick wall limiter, especially back then when they weren't as refined as they are in 2019, guess what happens? All your music just smushes together and it just sounds awful. Nowadays, in the age of internet music streaming services, they have something called a loudness normalization. And this is so that the end user isn't irritated when they go from one song to another. Because that's how a lot of people listen to music. They don't listen to a whole album. They go from the hit singles to the hit singles to the hit singles. And if those tracks all have different volume levels, then people will complain. They'll get irritated having to always adjust their volume control. Not everybody, but a lot of people will. So there is, in my opinion, no sonic advantage anymore to make your music hyper compressed. Now, the good thing is the brick wall limiter technology has gotten a lot better in those 19 years. This was especially a problem up till I think about the year 2011, 2012, because you didn't really have great brick wall limiter technology. I think Slate FGX actually changed the game, and then other plugin makers just took advantage of the technique that Fabrice Gabriel came up with. Of course, there was probably other people, but really right around the time of the release of Slate FGX, and then Ozone 5, and then FabFilter Pro L. So right around that time, also Voxengo Elephant. So all those plugins just really changed the game of brick wall limiting. I was doing some research for a video, and I came across these files that were the uncompressed, unmastered mixes from that album. They weren't the final mixes, but they were darn close. So once I found out about them earlier this year, I got right to work, because I wanted to give this album the respect it deserved, because it never sounded punchy, it didn't sound clear, it always had that muddy sound to it, and I want to share with fellow Linkin Park fans what I was able to do to 5 of the songs on the album. And so I don't compete with the material that's released, I did remove a few seconds from each song. So if you want to have the full songs, you can't watch it here on this video. But all the hit songs are in this video. They are remastered by me. It's the 19th anniversary of the album's release. Linkin Park is just one of those bands that only come in one generation. There's something about their songwriting, there's something about their playing. Are they the most talented musicians out there? No. But from a compositional standpoint, from a, just making something unique standpoint, absolutely, and that's why I love them. I'm sorry I didn't go to more of their concerts. Just keep in mind, like I said, these were not the final masters, so there's a few things that sound different. Anyway, please enjoy this, and if you like what I did, please leave a thumbs up and a comment, because I would really, really, really like to have the entire album remastered for the masses, for the world. See ya.